So, as discussed on Wednesday, Trump endorsed Ken Paxton, defeated incumbent Texas Republican Senator John Cornyn on Tuesday. Did I say it? Did I say it wrong?
No, you said it right. I said go Paxton.
Oh, go. I thought you. Okay. Yeah. I thought you said Ken Paxton. Anyway. Okay. So Ken Paxton defeats John Cornyn, meaning that the Texas Senate matchup for the fall is Paxton against Texas State Senator James Talarico, famous for saying things like Jesus loves abortions, God is non-binary, other classics. So Talarico has said many bizarre things in the past from which he is now trying to distance himself. A lot of those old clips are resurfacing. He continues to say bizarre things, not just in passing, but as a matter of branding for his current campaign. So James Talarico, I actually didn't know how old he is. Do you have a guess for how old Talarico is?
45?
He's younger.
Really?
37 years old, and he's a Lindsey Graham. Okay, he's an unmarried, childless man.
They trotted out a girlfriend last week, I think, to be like he's totally straight. They're astroturfing his heterosexuality.
Yeah. So it's of course not unheard of to be a never married and childless man at 37, but it does serve suspicions about his otherwise seemingly fruity tendencies. So if you are at least a somewhat credibly suspected homosexual, the point is you cannot create campaign branding that sounds like gay sexual innuendo. Yet here is James Talarico this week in a national interview with CBS saying this campaign fight is fundamentally about top versus bottom, and everybody is getting screwed.
No Democrat has won a Senate seat from Texas since before you were born.
That's right.
What is it about you that's different from all those other Democrats? What do you got that they didn't?
Well, the first words out of my mouth when I launched this campaign were that the real fight in this country is not left versus right, it's top versus bottom. I don't think it matters whether you're a little more progressive, a little more conservative, whether you're a Democrat, an independent, or Republican, whether you're urban, suburban, rural, black, white, brown, we're all getting screwed.
That's a big game, man.
Okay. It's not a slip in the moment. It's scripted. As we'll get to, Talarico is very scripted. It's part of Talarico's designed campaign message. Listener Turles shared in the Discord server. I didn't see this until he shared that. There are actual campaign mailers. Biggest divide in this country is not left versus right. It's top versus bottom. As listener Brobler identified, go right there. It's not hidden at all. Go to his Why I'm Running page on his website. Scroll down just a little bit. This country is about top versus bottom. And listener Kevin correctly diagnosed the Discord server as well. There is no way to read this other than he's saying he's a bottom.
He's absolutely right.
Okay. This is the message that James Talarico intends. And in looking into this interview segment, this top versus bottom thing that I can't believe they're actually going with, and in cutting up clips for the show intro, as you heard when the show started, I also noticed this other amazing demonstration of just how scripted James Talarico actually is. So that CBS interview, that came out Wednesday after Paxton's primary win, or the runoff win. And Talarico in that segment had this lame-ass story about how many people come up to him at his big rallies, and they secretly admit to supporting him. They whisper it to him. And I don't understand why you would whisper it if you're already out in plain public view at a James Talarico campaign rally. Why would you whisper? Okay, that doesn't make sense in concept. But here's the story from that CBS interview of Talarico's supposed army of secret supporters.
You know, I've gone to every corner of this state over the course of this campaign, from Beaumont to El Paso, from Amarillo to Brownsville, and everywhere in between. And we have had tens of thousands of Texans showing up to rally with us. And I can't tell you the number of people who come up to me at the end of these events and whisper, I'm not a Democrat, like they're in the witness protection program. I think we're reaching people who don't normally vote for Democratic candidates.
I don't want to hear any more of these lies.
Okay. politicians make up stories all the time. You've heard very similar claims by a million different politicians, whatever. But I'm listening to that CBS segment. I also happened to save a segment from MSNBC that he did on Tuesday, the night that Paxton won in that runoff with Lawrence O'Donnell. And I noticed as I'm listening to this, that guy just told the exact same story.
Well, you know, I've gone to every corner of Texas already over the course of this campaign, from Beaumont to El Paso, from Amarillo to Brownsville, and everywhere in between. And I can't tell you the number of people who come up to me at the end of these events and whisper, "I'm not a Democrat," like they're in the witness protection program, including a lot of people who voted for President Trump in 2024.
Now, when I first heard these separately, I thought, okay, you know, politicians have their talking points. Man, that sounds very similar to what I just heard like 10 minutes ago when I listened to the CBS segment. But how similar is it? So I went back and listened to them in sequence. Holy crap, that's like word for word the same thing.
Even the at one point is identical in both clips when you play them side by side.
So I, as I'm working in the video editing software, I put the clips together. And it is unbelievable how well these match. Safe to say, Talarico rehearsed this line thoroughly in the mirror for hours. Listen to the absolute robotics.
Well, you know, I've gone to every corner of Texas over the course of this campaign, from Beaumont to El Paso, from Amarillo to Brownsville, and everywhere in between. And I can't tell you the number of people who come up to me at the end of these events and whisper, "I'm not a Democrat," like they're in the witness protection program.
See, you know the story's true because of how consistently he tells it.
Why not just say, like, you know, sometimes even non-Democrats say they're going to vote for me. That's that simple.
To get that level of consistency, again, word for word, even some of the vocal tics, like it's scripted.
Yeah, the
facial
expressions are the same.
The timing, even the sequence of cities that he names, the only way that you do that is if you rehearse that in the mirror for like an hour, like it's a play or a movie, or as some have perhaps some are speculating, maybe he's just in fact a robot. He is the AI candidate. He is non-human in that way.
Yeah. But that is the craziest part, I would say, is the fact that it's an identical length. Like, meaning he not only did he read a script, it was the exact same timestamp, and like I don't know, even I wouldn't be able to do that.
As I mentioned when I posted it on X, and the X post of it is gaining some traction. A lot of big accounts, including Ted Cruz earlier today, is posting that clip. So it's cool to see that catch a little fire. As I did acknowledge with the clip, I did make very slight cuts for fit. Okay, it's not a perfect one-to-one match, but I linked the time-stamped points in the interviews. You can go play them back to back yourself and see how well they match. And I really would love to hear James Talarico respond to this and explain what's going on, not just how that story came to be, but whether the story's actually true. Can you produce even one of these people brave enough to come out of your whisper army to acknowledge
they're witness protection, man. Like, did you get the memo?
That's the beauty of the lie, is by the nature of the lie, they are hidden. They are undiscoverable. You'll never see them, but they'll come out to vote en masse. So what a genius line crafted by these political strategists for James Talarico. Even better than top versus bottom. They're really...
Which itself, it's so bizarre that was a rehearsed line, as evidenced by, you know, being repeated and being in the mailers on the site. But you think one person would go, wait a second here, man. Let's think this one through.
Yeah.